Hey, Aries, how you doing out there today? So I was contemplating if I wanted to start a reading out in a particular way in regards to an experience I had yesterday. I don't know. Let me see what come out the card first. Let me see. Judgment. Now you got the Two of Cups here. And I'm getting 22 or 202, but 22. Ooh, 2022. 2022 is significant for somebody. 2021, 2020. I'm looking at two right here, which is really good. Damn, and two over here. Now you could keep seeing two a lot. Everywhere you turn around, you're seeing two and 22. Let me see. Look at the two. It's showing up. And you got six. You could be seeing six a lot as well. Now, this indicates some type of union, and so does this, but sometimes it's a choice. But I'm getting 222. You could be seeing that. Even though the Lover's card is number 6, it's still two people. Let me see. And I see liberation. And maybe that's your choice, to be free from some, because this showed up. And look, this is a choice based on sincere feelings, because this is a choice card. And this is based on sincere feelings. Now, I don't know what this is, but it fell. And the dagger. Fear, worries, tense situation. Position of authority. Someone you know is undependable and insincere. Reason to see. Concern, contract is here. Now let me see. Now only take this if it's resonating. Let me see. Let's pull from this deck first. And we got the throat chakra. Now, I think I want to talk about this, because it's so crazy that this card came out. And yesterday I went to a meeting. It was in regards to the reconstruction of the area in which I live, the north side of town. However, there is a lot of construction going on all over the city. And I did ask the question, was they actually renovating in other parts of the city? Because I just see a lot going on. Now, we played this game, and I'm going to stop the music for a moment just so I can show you what I'm talking about. Because I got to use this. Now, the name of the game was Urban Cipher. And I came home and looked it up because it's a board game. Now, I'm not sure who made the game. You see, it's called Urban Cipher. Now, before we, now you have four, it's something like Monopoly. Now, I didn't know this before I start running my mouth. And it's so funny that I picked the color blue. Now, the game has 4 dice, and even have a dice similar to this. Now, we didn't play the game to its entirety, I don't believe, because we didn't use the dice that was something like this. Now, they didn't have runes on it, the symbols of that. It was maybe 10 or more, but it was kind of an odd shape to it, and it had different letters on it. Now, we didn't get to that part, so I don't even know what it stood for. However, the four dice, we had four colors: yellow, green, blue, and red. And I picked the blue. Odd, because red is usually Aries color, fire sign. Now the dice and the cards, you had cards that was associated with the color that you picked. And on the I wonder, you see, and you get money and stuff like that right there. Now I chose blue because it represents the throat chakra. Not understanding that it actually means, you're not necessarily green, which is wealthy. You get all these tats, cuts, and brackets and stuff like that. But I start calling it out. Every time somebody picked it, I was telling them what the color represents. Now, the blue does represent, throat chakra expression. You're all right. You're in a good position. The red was like poverty. The root chakra, it's the pit, the fire. The yellow represents, the solar plexus, but it's all about, how you feel about yourself, self-esteem and stuff like that right there. Now, this person, they wasn't in poverty, but, they wasn't, they didn't have a huge chance of winning anything on the board. Although, it was better than the red. Now, the green, which represents the heart, they got all the tax cuts. This was the wealthy. This was the senators, the presidents, and stuff like that. The boule. Now, it also had cars that it was associated with it. Now, this was all about resources. It's like, in different demographics, you have a footing. It kind of depicts redlining, the divide of resources and things of that nature. Now, I was yelling all out this before I even knew what the freaking game was. I was like, wow, it was really blowing my mind, because I was telling them what each color represented. And then it just dawned on me, is this about resources? But it was very interesting, because with the cards, because they give you a card and they give you depending upon the dice and the number that you roll on, the card is gonna show you how you can move on the board. However, the board was rigged. The numbers, the card is always going to give you, depending on the dice or the cards that you're dealt, the situation that you're dealt, it's not really going to give you an equal footing, to get in the game, is what I'm saying. Now let me put the music back on, and let's see where this is going. Because I don't. That was crazy that came out, because I pulled that. This is what I pulled, the blue. Now let me see what spirit want to talk about. I hope this is making sense. Hold on, let me pause you. Now, the meeting was very promising, and we know that there is a lot of things going on in regards to Trump's big, beautiful bill. The changes that are being made to housing, taxes, and things of that nature. Now, I live in New Jersey, which is very high in taxes. But the construction that is going on in the area is very promising, because I live in the capital, and it really doesn't depict a capital, but it is making a big change. I must say that. Now, Trenton make the world takes big in trade, exports, and things of that nature. When they start outsourcing jobs and stuff like that right there, I mean, the game is rigged. They moved everything overseas, but now, it ain't even overseas. These people are actually right here in their own house. That's why a lot of times when you call customer service, you hear children all in the background. But let me see where Spirit is going with this. Let me see. Now we got giving and receiving. And dreams coming true. Right here with 99. That's crazy. Now, I want you to pay attention to this because this is 66. That's 99, which is yin and yang energy. And we have change with the 5. And this is expression. This is air. This is Neptune. This is what we in, boo. Yeah, look. Now, I want to say there's a tower coming. Look at 999. There's the one right there, which is 19. 19 represents what? The world? No. 19 represents what? I forget. Judgment? I think it is. But anyway, we got 16, which is the tower, and we see healing begins. Yeah. Now, I do see something coming. Now, I know it's a lot of people worried in regards to the state of what's going on in the world. But I think it's going to work itself out. And this is also yin and yang right here. Just looking at that, based on choices. Yeah. Now you can also be saying 666. I'm looking at this. Yeah. Now I told you, there's the senator and concerns. Because they got to give it up, y'all. The scales of balance must be restored. They got to give it up. You see both hands? The other hand with clarity and belief? Yeah. They got to give it up, y'all. Now, in that meeting, there's 4 phases in regards to the reconstruction. And listening to, what the man was describing in regards to the investors, you have multiple people that's taking on various positions in each construction of one project. And I'm noticing that around the city. Now, this is not just for my city. This is going on all around the world. In America, anyway. I don't know about any other state. Now, that game, you can actually Google that, because I just Googled it. And they actually have, now, they didn't have ones that was associated to the areas within my city, but they made them for other cities that they had already, done. I don't know if they're going to make one for this or not, but I guess you can use the same, ones for each situation. But it was very interesting. Now, I already pulled one of these cards. And I stopped on 6. Third eye. Let me see. And look at that. The source is here and door to value. Now, I'm going to put all this back because it's a lot. And I see a happy family. That was the card that was face down. But let me see. Let me do it one more time. Yeah. And something is definitely coming full circle in regards to the world. Yeah. You see? I was talking about that poverty state with the red right here. Michael. He right here to set things straight. As we move to giving and receiving. With the red. And it's humanitarianship. Sixes usually represent that. It's generosity. Hold on. Let me just show you. Our whole spirit got me explaining this right. You see how the beggars is on their freaking knees? There's the 33. What was locked is being opened. They know they got to open it up. They know they got to give it up. You see the strategy? Confirmation. Action being taken to bring in that balance in regards to the star. You just rest. What I said, what was the 19? There you go right there. I'm telling you. Yeah. Look at the anxiety in regards to dreams coming true. And this is your mind. You see the 18? But dreams coming true. This is liberation. Rest and rejuvenation with the sun right behind it. And this is you walking away for what no longer serves you. Now everybody have a different footing in the game, and everybody's not going to see eye to eye on what's taking place in the world right now. You got different groups out here, and I understand that a lot of people don't understand Black Americans' plight at this time. But you wouldn't know if you didn't walk in our shoes. You know, everything is out here, you know, under our guidelines of some sort, you know, depicting that it's for us, but it never been for us. Never. DEI or whatever. Black Lives Matter. None of that. Just has our face. Change. Right here in the world. This is you moving. Better circumstances. Just let go. Any worries? Oh, it's happening, Captain. This is right there in adjudication. It's right there in court. Yeah. That go to despair. Job loss and all that stuff right here. What? Michael is 32, right? And this the horizon. With dreams coming true. Now, it's another card that fell over. Let's see what that is. We're going to put that at the bottom. Yeah. An ending. 19. Where you at? Where you at, Michael? So I can show them. Oh, he 35. Yeah, but he about to, he about to get it right, boo. In regards to this. Yeah. And more like him. The more you wake up, you harnessing that energy, boo. Remember, you're Michael. And all the rest of them. Now let me see, where is, okay. All this part. Now, Justice. This in reverse. Now these, I don't know which one I want to take first. Is the cards upside down? I think the cards. Let me do it one more time, y'all. But I'm gonna pay attention to all this because the Hangman is, turn. Yeah, he right. Let me see. Hold on. Let me do it one more time. Let me see. All right, Spirit. Ten of Swords. That's what one does. And the Nine of Cups. Alright. Right here on Wish Fulfillment, that changed the world. Ten of Swords, we know that. We seen that in the beginning. It's an ending. Alright? And you got the Seven of Wands. Stand up for yourself. And protection. We got the Three of Cups and the Three of Coins, which is 33. As I move to the door to value. Community, celebrations. But there's also a learning lesson in that. 33 is the South Node in regards to this despair. In regards to giving and receiving resources. There's a lot of people have opinions, especially foreigners, in regards to our disposition. But the truth is coming out. I think they're starting to understand. It's a lot going on, y'all. It's a lot going on. Truth coming out. There's the Hangman coming out again. That's 12. That's a new door. Introspective. Thought. Perspective. Yeah. A lot of people don't like the truth. And the truth hurts sometimes. Seven of Cups is here in regards to choices, dreams. Right here under the choice card, the Lovers. Giving and receiving. Dreams, sort of romance. That's self-love for a lot of y'all. Yeah, healing. Two of Wands, perspective, despair, worldview, justice. With the Three of Swords. Just like Malcolm said, the chickens had come home to roost. Yeah, the Ace of Wands. That's the truth. That's justice in regards to anxiety. Distant horizon. And now these fell to the side, which is the Six of Coins and the King of Swords. That's that money coming. That's that change coming. Fell this way. This is this card. Giving and receiving. The six I just showed y'all. Right there with the King of Swords. Lawmakers. Throat chakra. That's what it's on. You know, I always put 6 here. Follow up. And the Empress. Mama Gaia. The world. Feminine energy. Now we got the Eight of Swords on the Hangman, restrictions, but it's change. And we have the Page of Cups in reverse on the Seven of Cups. Now that's Eight of Cups. Now, you know, that's the illusion being broken. You know, because sometimes that's fantasy. Intuition. And together they, you know, 8 is a choice. Lots of options. And you got the Eight of Wands. Now you could be saying 88. You know. But this is communication coming in. Ace of Swords. Oh, this is the Ace of Wands. But you got the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands. Now, this is something that you can touch in regards to dreams coming true and anxiety. Choices, despair. You're going to get clarity. Giving and receiving. That's justice. Right here with the Queen of Cups. And we've seen the King of Cups. Then we see the King of Cups based on sincere feelings in the beginning. That's the balance of your heart. That green. That green that's on the board. The tax cuts and all that. They got to get it the goddamn gap. Yeah, and at the bottom of the deck is the third eye. I'll tell you, these people is about to be haunted. The Chariot. Right there at the bottom of the deck. And this is the Five of Wands. Right there on the Ace of Swords. Change. Chariot. Enough is enough. The Fool card. And what's this? Temperance. You know? Temperance is in reverse. Right up under anxiety and the Knight of Cups. That's worry, boo. And the Fool was going back that way. You got to go this way. And liberate yourself. Yeah. Make that dedicated effort. Now, you could be saying 888. There's the Clover on that chain. 6 of Pentacles, giving and receiving. And there's the Book. Secrets are being revealed. And there's the Gold right there. Ace of Wands right there on that Despair. Daughter Romance. And 12. A new door. Perspective. There's the journey in regards to life. And there's the Death card. 9 of Pentacles in the 8th house. Other people's money. Being made right after loss. Mystery. High Priestess. Yeah. A lot of people about to be up out of here. Pay attention. Alright? Pay attention, boo. Okay. You know? Told you. They losing their freaking mind. The anxiety is real. The chickens has come home to roost, boo. Alright? That's your message. Hit the like button for your girl. I hope it made sense because the show made sense to me.